Hello there, everyone. Well, this is Tyler McGuigan, your fellow host for Studio A. As you can see, we are not in the studio today. Uh, the CEO of Corona has made sure that everyone is now staying inside and not coming into contact with anybody. So, unfortunately, we can't film an episode in the studio, but that's not going to stop us from giving you some content. And so instead, we decided to do a, sort of video call episode. Um, for me, I really haven't been doing too much. I've been doing pretty much the same thing every day, which is just homework and video games and like watching Netflix and stuff. But I've been watching a couple good shows. Been playing a lot of video games, a lot of Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare is like my go-to game right now. I'm trying to get the Ram 7 golden. Uh, but yeah, but I mean, I was in it. I'm always kind of an introvert, but this whole pandemic has really made me want to just go outside and like have some human interaction. Yeah, it's crazy. I actually miss school. And that not just the hanging out part, the actual school and going to class part. Like I actually miss going to classes. But other than that, things were going fine until today when I just found out that some dirtbag is impersonating me on Snapchat. There's a fake Tyler McGuigan going around, DMing all the girls in my town, making me, look like I'm unfaithful to my lovely girlfriend. So if you do get a message from someone named I think Tyler McGuig1, like, come on, you gotta know that's not me. I would never make a username that stupid. If you get a message from Tyler McGuig1, just know it's not me. So if I try to flirt with you or slide in your DMs, it's not me. It's this impersonator. But yeah, I reported him or her. And we'll see what happens with that. But this is ridiculous. I mean, come on, guys. Maybe I should take this as a form of flattery. I mean, people want to be me. That's probably not it. They probably just want to screw with me. But enough about that. Let's move on with our show. We got some good people coming on today. We got some alumni, some fellow students coming on to talk about what they've been doing during this crisis. So, without further ado, let's move on with the show.
Hi, welcome to Work Fun Home with me, Natalie. We've been in quarantine for so long, I decided to create a talk show to talk about, or not really talk about, but show you all the fun things you can do while stuck at home. So today we will have a fun afternoon filled with crafting, walking around the house, potentially looking out the window to see if anything new is happening, and excitement all around. This is Work Fun Home. First, we're going to try exercise. Fun, easy exercises to do at home. Okay, as much fun as doing a home workout would be, I don't really feel that it's too much energy to search through. There's so many different ones. There's 20 minutes, there's 8 minutes for teens. I'm not a teen anymore, so I guess I'm too old for that. fun 10-minute. There's so many fun ones. I don't know which one to choose. So we're gonna move on from that. Let's go have fun by finding a snack. Hi, I'd like to welcome everyone to my pantry. So we are here to find a snack. Let's scavenge around the shelves and see what we've got. The shelf holding our camera has tomato paste and collard greens. Not snack food. Let's move on further back here. Okay, this is torture. Cake would be a wonderful snack, but this cake isn't even made yet, so no. Protein powder is not a real snack. I know some people like protein powder to eat all the time, but no, not for us. Wait, seriously, again, I want popcorn, but what is it? I gotta make this. Ain't no microwavable popcorn. Ooh, okay, how about this? Okay, we got some little, you know what? I think we found our winner over here on the side with cereal and other things. Some Little Debbie Swiss rolls. Take one of these. So Houston, we have a snack. Hey, snack time's over. Let's go find more fun things to do. Next on our show, we will have a moment of crafting in which I will tell you the supplies and then show a time-lapse video of how to paint a shirt, because I know we're all super bored of the clothes we already have. So what better way to spruce up old clothes than with fabric paint? I'll show you the shirt. I'm back. So, check it out. Move the microphone. Check it out. This is the front. Ooh, super fun. This is the back. Even cuter. So now, please enjoy this montage of how to paint a shirt that looks just like that. It's just the front though. So, you'll have to figure it back out on your own. Thank you for tuning in to Work Fun Home. I hope you have a fun day and stay healthy. Good night.
All right. Welcome, everyone. This is Tyler McGuigan, your host for Studio A. And this is a segment we'd like to call Studio A Interviews from Home. You know, we figured since we're all stuck at home now, no one can really, not many people can work. We figured we'd do an interesting thing where we contacted some alumni and, do an interview with them. So, first off, right now we have Danny Horbiak joining us right now, who graduated Marist in 2017. So right before I got to Marist. Well, welcome, Danny. Why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure thing. Well, like you said, I graduated Marist 2017, so I've been out for 3 years now. When I was there, I studied TV film production, like a lot of the people in MCTV did.
Mm-hmm.
And while I was there, I was really involved in the club. I had a show that I directed, which was a game show, Outside the Box, and I was also the vice president. So this is a club that is very near and dear to my heart, and I am so glad to be back. You guys can't get rid of me that easily.
Yeah, nice. So, during this dreadful pandemic and quarantine, what have you been doing during all this to have fun and keep yourself busy?
Well, I am very lucky. Right before everything got shut down, I had just secured a staff position at a visual effects company in New York City. It's called The Molecule.
Hmm.
Basically, any kind of computerized effect that you see in a movie where maybe it's a green screen or an explosion, or maybe they just don't like the color shirt that the actor's wearing for whatever reason. They'll send the shot to our company and we will clean it up, send it back, and then it'll go to air.
Cool.
So luckily, I've been able to be working from home. Our company kind of just got a work from home setup done just as things were getting kicked off.
Nice.
So I moved back home with my parents, but I've been lucky enough to keep working this whole time. And it's definitely been a challenge for sure. It hasn't
Hmm.
been easy, but I work 10 to 7 on that, and then try to take a walk. I'm in the suburbs now, so it's been really cool to just hop outside, go on my skateboard, or just walk around the neighborhood with my parents. Besides that, I got Animal Crossing on the Switch.
I've
Been
I've heard a
enjoying
lot about that game.
Yeah,
Many people in the club have been talking about it.
yeah. Yeah, all of the nerds are kind of uniting over Animal Crossing right now.
Yeah. Hmm.
And I'm definitely
Exactly.
one of them. Besides that, I've just been watching some TV, catching up on some Netflix,
Yeah,
writing
me
a little
too.
bit, and sleep. Lots of sleep.
Nice, nice. So how has working from home been? Have you like encountered any obstacles while doing that? And how have you worked around those issues?
The first issue that I encountered was my setup for my computer. I had an awesome computer that I built with some friends a few years back. I used it for
Mhm.
gaming, but I was working on like a rickety old table that you might put snacks on for the Super Bowl. I don't, you know those like a tray.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
that was my setup, and I
Oh.
had this that I needed to be putting on my desk.
Oh,
This is a
wow.
Wacom drawing tablet um, for work. So
Fancy.
the first thing that I needed to get over was the fact that my work setup sucked. So I moved back home with my parents. Now I have a giant table in the basement all to myself. So
Cool.
that was number one. Um, Number two is even though my job is very technical and I spend hours just sitting on my computer, basically doing like Photoshop, but for each frame of the shot. So it's very detail oriented work. And normally during the day, I'll be able to get up, talk to my coworkers, go to the kitchen, get a drink, see people, and communicate and have that feeling of being in an office and kind of have a camaraderie there. And I
Mhm.
don't have that anymore. It's me in
Yeah.
the basement by myself. Sometimes my brother will come downstairs and play his Xbox behind me. That's it. That's the only socialization I'm getting.
Yeah.
So that has been hard.
Mhm.
And it's something that I didn't really notice that I needed so much because a lot of the time people talk about how cool it would be to work from home. Number one, no commute. That's been nice. Um,
Mhm.
Number two, saving money on the commute and having more free time. But I do really miss going into the office and getting out of my house and just interacting with people. I miss
Yeah.
that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I understand what you're saying. Like, I actually kind of miss going to class
Yeah.
because it just like it's nice to be able to do some things online, but kind of like you, I'm just in my bedroom all day doing work with
Mhm.
little to no human interaction, and like I only see my family for like meals and stuff, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. You just
Yeah.
kind of shut
So
up in
I.
your room until you go eat or you have to go to the
Mhm.
bathroom. So it's been hard for
Mm,
sure.
yeah. I
That's
really.
been a hard aspect of it. But I think even bigger, and this is something that is relevant to everybody that's trying to go into the film industry in general.
Mhm.
Film right now shut down totally.
Yeah.
Nobody's filming anything
Nobody's doing
for
anything.
obvious reasons. Yeah, so it's going to be quite a while before we get back into anything.
Mhm.
And not just because it's not an important industry that people need, like shopping and
Mhm.
food and whatever else. But also, you think about the scheduling that has to be done in order for any film to get made. Think
Yeah.
about Tom Cruise's schedule or
Mhm.
Scarlett Johansson's schedule. They have things planned out precisely for months to years.
Yep.
So you look at any kind of project that was shooting, and are they going to be able to pick up where they left off? Most of those
Yeah,
people have probably already signed on to do other stuff.
yeah,
So
you're
there's
right.
that
It's
you have to look
crazy.
at, and then also booking locations and renting gear and all. It's going to be a mess coming back.
Mhm.
So that's very scary.
Mhm.
And then also for anybody in post, we have to wait not just for people to start filming again, but the footage needs to be shot. Then it's going to go to a post house, and the
Yeah.
post house is going to edit it, get their cut done, and then they're going to send that to us. So even after
Mhm.
they start filming, it's going to be a long time before anything comes to my office.
Yeah, it's interesting that you bring that up. I didn't even think about that because, like, right now, people working in post production, they can still do work if
Mhm.
everything's shot. But the film industry is it's like a cycle. It's a constant cycle. Things are always being shot, but now everything's halted.
Yeah.
So even if people can still get back to work, soon, people in post production aren't going to have. They're going to start, not having jobs, and you know.
Yeah, yeah. So right now, my company is still working because we had a lot of projects that were
Mhm.
still coming in when things closed down. Some shows that were already in progress, and we're working on Dickinson. If you guys are
I've
watching
heard of it. Yeah.
that, we had a season of that was already in the pipeline, and we are, I think we're finished now. So that's one
Mhm.
project that's done. We have some other projects that were just coming in when everything was ending, so that's still going on, and we're going to have that for a while.
Mhm. Okay.
But at the same time, companies can't keep all of these artists on when they don't have enough work.
Mhm.
So they kept their core staff unit, which has been awesome. But there are a lot of freelancers that are no longer with us.
Yeah,
Their bookings ended and they're gone. So all of those people are out looking for work, and our work is going to dry up at some point too.
mhm.
So it's messy, but I'm lucky that I'm at home with my family, and I know, I've got a support system to help me through it.
Yeah. Well, I really do hope everything works out for you.
I'm sure it will. There'll just be a few scary months where I'll be doing a lot of
Mhm.
reading,
Yeah.
a lot of walking around, kind of waiting for things to bounce back. But they will. I know they will.
Yeah, I'm sure. And you also have to think about, like, people seeing the movie too. It's gonna be a while before we even, like, after all the after all, like, post production
Mhm.
wraps up on the films that are being made now. We might see, like, a decline in, like, movies being released too.
Yeah, nobody wants to put out a movie now. They're
Yeah.
gonna get $0
Especially since
back for that.
especially since, like, I heard about what they're doing when they're gonna open up movie theaters. They might have, like, people spread out more, so that means, like, less tickets being sold.
Yay. Yeah. Can you
Yeah.
imagine how romantic a date would be?
Yeah.
Sitting here, sitting here,
Gotta put your arm around her.
real far. Yeah,
Yeah.
real. It's gonna be weird, and it'll definitely be disrupting our industry in ways that I think a lot of people haven't even thought about yet. But one thing is for sure, and that's everybody loves movies and loves entertainment. And
Mhm.
even, in times of the Great Depression, you still saw people going to movies. So I think
Mhm.
once things do bounce back, whether we
Mhm.
get some kind of cure, or we get more testing out, I think everything's going to bounce back and be just as strong as ever.
Mhm. Yep. The show must go on.
Should, and it will.
Yeah. Well, to end on a lighter note, what was the club like during your time at Marist, or just the college in general?
Yeah. Well, when I first got there, my freshman year, Lowell Thomas hadn't been renovated yet.
Mhm.
It was still a nice building, but it looked kind of like a prison, just a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's kinda like how, Dyson looks like right now.
Yeah, a nice prison.
Yeah. Mhm.
Um, so I remember when I first got there, I remember touring Studio A, actually, and I was still blown away. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. But then I think within the year they had finished renovating the building and the studio had been completely redone and it looked state of the art. I mean, I had never seen a real TV studio before, but I figured it was close to this. So
Nice.
I was blown away when I got there, and I was really intimidated at the beginning because I was a little freshman twerp and I didn't know what I was doing, and I was very scared, and I didn't really get into the club for maybe 2 semesters, so I was a little bit behind.
Um,
But I was just so fascinated by it all that I knew I wanted to be involved, and I slowly just kind of wriggled my way in. There was
mhm.
nobody running for secretary one year, so I was like, I got that.
Yeah.
Somebody was looking for a director for one of their shows, and I was like, so. Even though I was really nervous going into it, I stuck with it because I knew it was what I wanted to do for my career someday in some form, and just kind of threw my ideas out there, threw my hat in the ring whenever people were looking for leadership, and by the end of it, I was vice president and having a great time, and I knew as many people in the club as I could. I'm hoping that there's some seniors out there who can look back and say, yeah, Danny helped me out, or Danny got me excited about this, because I do really love seeing new people come into the club and get excited about it. And
Well,
I'm
that's
so
cool.
glad I could talk
Right.
about it.
I definitely have, heard a lot about you from the seniors. So it seems like you made quite the impression on them.
That means a lot. Thank you so
Mhm.
much.
And I think it would be really good for the freshmen to hear, what you're saying right now. We like just like this past semester and the semester before that, we've had a lot of freshmen who were, they were kind of like scared to show up because they were worried about like messing up and
Mhm.
stuff, and they they felt like they didn't know how to do all the positions.
Yeah, it's intimidating.
Yeah, it can be, but I think, once you learn it, it does get easier, and once you realize that it's okay to mess up, then I think that's when people start getting more comfortable.
I certainly messed up a lot. So if
Yeah,
I can do
I
it, you could do
I certainly
it.
have. Yeah, as the host of this show, if you've ever come to a Studio A shoot, you'll see a lot of mess ups.
But that's what's fun about it, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
You do that
exactly.
for a job, it's not so fun. But
Yeah,
it's really fun to just go in the studio with your friends, have an idea for something that you want to make, and then do it. So
mhm,
yeah, I'd say if you are somebody that wants to get involved in the club and you're a little bit nervous, it's totally understandable. I think most of us here who, Zach, everybody that's been in the club for so many years now, I think they can all say, yeah, I was kind of nervous going into it, especially when you see so many people that are all really close and they all seem to know what's going on.
yeah,
A lot of them still don't know what's going on, and I
yep,
think that's kind of a cool part of going to college and experiencing something new.
mhm,
Even if you can find one person in the club that you feel comfortable with and can go with them and know that they're going to be there, I think that's a little something that can help you feel more comfortable.
exactly, yeah. And you should never be afraid to ask for help either, like,
Never,
I know
please.
Zach will always help me when I have a question. I know I've had many questions for him,
Zach
about
helps me to this day too, so you're not alone either.
he never knows everything, but yeah. Um, well, thank you so much, Danny, for, taking the time to, talk with me.
You're so
Uh,
welcome. I had such a good time.
yeah, me too. It was really great to hear about, what you're doing after Marist. I think that's what's so fascinating about talking, with alumni, you know,
Mhm.
um, hearing about, where they end up. So yeah, it gives us a little, positive attitude about Marist and this club in
Mhm.
general.
Even when things aren't going so well, I think everybody in the industry still kind of has positive outlook on it, and they
Mhm.
can take it on the chin.
Yeah. Well, here's to hoping that, things get better soon.
Cheers.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Yeah, and so we're gonna have probably all throughout this quarantine. We'll try to see if we can interview other people. But for now, this is Tyler McGuigan for Studio A interviews from home, and we'll be right back. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our special episode of Studio A from Home, the quarantine show. Unfortunately, the stupid CEO of coronavirus has kept us all inside, and so we can't really do anything, and we can't film an episode in our wonderful studio. But that's not going to stop us from filming more content for you guys. So today we actually have a bigger panel than what we usually would have, kind of double the size. We have the wonderful Maggie Roach, Andrew Gerber, Jess King, and Jalen Alvarez. So how you guys doing?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, you guys holding up?
Doing?
Awesome. Well, now that everyone's home and unable to actually be at school, what has everybody been doing this whole time? Like, what shows have you guys been watching? I know luckily there still are shows coming out, which is nice.
I just watched Star Trek Picard. I didn't like it.
You
I
like
don't
it?
recommend it.
Oh boy, I've heard many bad things about it.
Star Trek is my favorite show in like the whole wide world, so I was so
Yeah.
excited. And it's just 10 episodes of incredibly depressing television. They killed off a bunch of characters.
Wow,
I'm
I'm
heartbroken.
that's
I'm
crazy.
so looking forward to it, and I just didn't want to pay for CBS All Access.
It's free right now.
Yeah, most people don't.
Maybe
really?
if it's free, I'll probably end up watching it.
Yeah. Like
Well,
I
I'm
don't got much better to do.
Freeze for anybody.
Well, I'm more of a Star Wars fan, and the Clone Wars is still pumping out episodes right now, and they're doing their last arc right now. We have 3 episodes left, and last week's episode was so good. It was awesome. I highly recommend anyone who even is moderately a fan of Star Wars should definitely check it out. What about the rest of you guys?
I've just been rewatching Community.
Same.
It went on Netflix, and it's literally all I've been doing. I'm now on season 4, so I'm less looking forward to rewatching that because that's the bad season.
Yeah, I've
I
been the
am
same thing.
watching it through for the first time right now.
Oh.
Season 5 definitely got a lot more boring when a couple of my key people had left the show. Spoiler
Yeah.
alerts.
Yeah, season 3 is probably my favorite, honestly. It was the funny. I think that was the one with the Cowboy Star Wars episode, right? That's
Yeah.
season 2. Yeah.
Oh no, that's season 2. That's
That
the,
too? Okay.
That's the paintball episodes of season 2.
Yeah, I love that one.
I do like the paintball episodes. I used to
What's
watch
better, the
show-
paintball episodes or the ones with the pillow fights? And the
I like
tunnels?
the pillow
Which one
fight
do
a
you guys
lot.
like?
Yeah, the pillow fight's good.
I don't know the pillow fight episode.
The best episode of the show.
The pillow
though-
fight was a good one.
The best
I-
episode of the show is when they throw the dice up in the air and you show the different timelines.
oh, I
Yeah,
love that
easily.
one.
Because it
Oh,
plays
I think
into
I know-
all
I
the
know
rest
that
of it.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Like, that's a
used to
crucial
watch
one.
it- I used to watch it a long time ago, back when it was still airing on TV, because my parents used to watch it. But once they
What
started,
channel was that on?
I started watching.
When it aired on TV?
NBC.
Yeah, NBC.
Yeah,
And then it went to
I didn't-
Yahoo.
I didn't watch it religiously. I haven't seen every episode, but I watched I watched some of them. I've seen the 2. I've seen the season 1 paintball episode and the season 2 paintball episodes, and then a handful of other ones.
Well, if anyone's a big fan of hating on books turned into screen adaptations, I just started watching Little Fires Everywhere on Hulu with Reese
Really?
Witherspoon. Read the book. I'm on the last episode. It came out today, but I haven't had the time to watch it yet. But I'm not a fan
Not
of
good.
it. Books are always better than movies. I think people just agree with that. And even though it's a short little episode, it's I don't know. Not into it.
Yeah, I think I can agree with that. I don't really read that much.
We
so
know.
I can't really comment on these books.
Well, us intellectuals.
Like I read the only Harry Potter book I actually read from start to finish was the first one.
Wow.
Wait, there's a Hunger Games prequel coming out?
I saw that.
When?
Yeah.
Wait,
I don't
why
care.
haven't I heard about this?
I think we missed the boat
Snow
for
at
like, Hunger Games
18,
to come back.
definitely a stud.
I remember
Come
the
on.
fandom for that series died so quickly. Like during the first two movies, it was like at the peak. Like everyone like loved Hunger Games. And then what was the last one? I
I
remember
don't even know.
Mockingjay.
Mockingjay Part 1 came out and like nobody talked about it. And then Part 2 came out and it was awful. It was worse.
I just
than
don't
Part
get like the two different parts. Like I don't know, just like
1.
make
They were
it
just,
one
they were
thing.
just
It's
they
a
were
money
just
grab.
Money.
yeah, it was for more money. They were hopping on the hype train of like, you know, the Harry Potter like last book being split into two, and then Twilight split.
I mean, I
third.
guess it's like a thing. I just don't have like the attention span for that really. Like most of the time, like if I see part one, I'm like, oh, okay, now I have to watch part two.
It definitely did not need to be two movies.
It's like
Harry
a
Potter,
commitment
Deathly
thing.
Hallows needed to be two movies because that book's like 1,000 pages. But
No, I agree with that.
yeah,
I'm really
but
happy though that
Mockingjay, like I'm literally, I have it on my bookshelf right now. I'm comparing it with the length of Deathly Hallows right now, and it's like half the size.
She thick.
Yeah.
I'm really happy though that we don't have to deal with like movies being split to part 1 and 2 anymore because like
Well,
Everyone
Avengers
did
just did
that.
that.
Yeah, but they like didn't
But they-
call it part 1 and 2, so it like
Yeah,
helped. And you can
that
watch-
wasn't based on a book or anything.
That's
Like,
true.
it's a comic book, Tyler. It's still a book.
no, it wasn't.
Don't discriminate.
It wasn't based on a specific like it was like inspired by the Infinity War saga, but it was like very different from the comic book.
But also, I feel like you can watch Infinity War and just like have everyone die and then be like, "All right, I'm good. I don't need to know what happened."
Exactly, like there's kind of closure.
Like Thanos won, I was happy for him, and I'm okay.
Yo, I love Thanos.
He put his T-shirt on and like enjoyed farming.
He probably has like the least amount of screen time out of any Marvel character. He's like my top 5. Another show. All right, before I wrap it up, I just want to mention one last thing. Westworld season 3.
Oh, it's so good.
Andrew, I just started watching it again. Like for the longest time, I only watched the first 2 episodes. Just last night, I watched episode 3, and now I'm like slowly getting back into it. But I was just really busy.
They just renewed it today. It just got renewed, and they announced it's going to be 6 seasons long.
Oh, damn! Really? Like the whole show, and then after 6 seasons, they're over.
Yeah, they said the showrunner signed a deal with Amazon.
Oh, really?
To like develop shows exclusively for them, but they made it in their contract that they could finish out the 6-season run of Westworld.
Ah,
huge.
cool. Well, let's hope it doesn't fall into the same problems as Game of Thrones.
They ain't the D&Ds. We're okay.
Yeah. Let's hope. Let's hope they get to end it properly. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the season. It looks really good. All right. Well, I'm sorry. Are we wrapping up the whole thing now, or just this?
No, just this segment where we're talking about
Okay.
what we're watching.
Well, you can edit that out. Let's wrap it up here, and because Maggie has an awesome segment that she did during quarantine, we love her for that. Where she does an intelligence test with her dog. So that sounds interesting. Let's throw it to her.
Hi, I'm Maggie, and I'm your host for MCTV's Game Show Spectacular. This episode looks a little bit different than usual. I'm at home, where you should all be, but we're still going to shoot a fun game show segment. And because I've alienated everyone in my family, we're going to be shooting it with my dog. So let's get to know him. Hi, so I'm here with my dog. His name is Rebel. He's a boxer, and he's 11 years old, so he's very old, but he's still my boy. His other names include Stinky and Old Man, and he's from Tennessee, so he's a cowboy, and he's missing part of his hip, so his other names include Limpy. So today we're going to be testing his intelligence, and I personally think Rebel's really smart, but like he also doesn't know what sit means. So today we're going to be seeing if he's actually smart. So I got this intelligence test from the Today Show, because I love Kathy Lee Gifford more than anyone else in the world. So we're going to start by throwing a towel over Rebel and seeing how long it will take him to get it off. Right now he's currently trying to get some treats off the table. Rebel, do not sit down. Buddy. Buddy. Okay, come here, bud. Nope, Rebel, come here. Thank you. Oh. I'll get your head. Okay. Hey, bud. Want a treat? Rebel? It's a little bit chilly outside, so I guess he wants to be there. Oh look, he got his face out. Show the camera your face. There he goes. So our next test is we're going to put a treat under some cups, and we're going to see how long it takes him to find which one is which. I don't really know what this test is, but we're going to wing it. Okay, bud, you ready? We got this cup, this Mary Coffee Miss cup, and we got this one. Okay, let me see. We're going to put a treat, a treat, or otherwise known as our other dog's food, under one of the cups. Now we're going to cover your eyes, blue, 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 and we're going to see if you want to get the treat. Rebel, which treat has the cup? Rebel? 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 So it's Maggie from 3 Minutes in the Future. As I was rewatching that horrendous footage, my mom decided to put the treat in a cup to see what would happen, and Rebel did this. Rebel, bud, hey, buddy, look. Whoa. Where'd the treat go? Where'd it go? What you gonna do? So this is our last test. I'm really rooting for you, bub. So our goal is to have him get this bowl out from under the table. So we're going to put some treats in it. Come here, bud. You want some treats? You gotta get it out. You could do it. Yeah. I think this is like about like object impertinence. Got it. You could do it. Oh, don't sit down. Buddy. Don't give up. You only tried for like 5 seconds and it wasn't even that hard. Buddy, please. Could you just try? I don't have any more, Mom. Oh, actually I have 3 more. Do you want some more? Rebel? Oh, you gotta go. You gotta get him out from under here. Maybe I should move it in a little bit more. Oh. I'm gonna give him a point for that because you know what? He got me to do it, and isn't that really the smartest trick of all? So that went a lot worse than I expected, but technically, Rebel still did all the stuff. He just got me to do it for him, and he got to eat a lot of treats. So I think Rebel wins the competition because he's a good boy. And good boys should always win in the end. That's all I have for you today, guys. So thanks very much for watching and stay safe out there.
Now we're moving on to the next segment, our next panel topic, which is music. You know, just like how we've gotten a couple great TV shows during quarantine, we've also gotten some new music. I am not as I'm not as aware of the music industry as I am with film and television, so I'll let you guys kind of.
You stole my gag. I was going to ask you to name one album that came out since we.
The Childish Gambino album that has no name.
It does have a name. It's a release date.
It's the the name is the release date, and it wasn't that good.
I thought it was okay.
I do know. And
Hot
and
take.
a Ripe song got released during quarantine too, I think. If you guys, you probably don't know Ripe, but it's a small.
Have
band.
you guys learned how to 2Z slide yet?
No, I
I
don't even know what that
only
is.
heard the song one time on the radio, and I wasn't really happy with it. I was like, I don't really like this, so I'm not going to do it.
He compares
I
himself
have
to
a-
Michael Jackson, and that just totally turned me off the song. But I got to admit, I'm totally here for the TikTok dances.
I'm glad TikTok's how music's now decided if it's popular.
I know, right?
It's
This
a scam, kind of,
This
because
Chinese
like
spyware
that
is
song
like-
has no substance, and it wouldn't have been popular if TikTok wasn't a thing and people like weren't in quarantine.
Mhm.
So I have a love-hate with it right now, but it kind of slaps. So like, gotta say,
Maybe I'll give it a listen. Maybe I'll trust Drake for once.
if you put it on repeat like 5 times, you kind of like get into it the 6th time around.
Okay,
That's like
so
Stockholm
that's
syndrome.
like it. Okay. What about the rest of you guys? Any new music?
Fiona Apple just had a new album. I listened to half of it so far, but it's really good, and I highly recommend it. It's
Fiona Apple.
really
I don't
good.
know if I know her.
She's
I saw-
really cool. She's like earlier 2000s vibe.
It was like all over Twitter the day it came out, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'll get to it. And then I proceeded to listen to the Weekend album again.
And then the day changed, and then you forgot what was trending the previous day.
Yeah, it's basically that. I don't even know what day it is anymore. At this point, days don't matter.
I've been doing this new thing where I'll pick one album a day and try to listen to it like start to finish, but I'll do like an old school. So I got through Jay-Z last week. So I did that, got into my undercover gangsta in me. But that's what I've been doing in pastime. It's kind of been interesting. You know, storylines and albums are kind of interesting that I never pick up on because I don't really ever think that I have the time to listen to them start to finish. But like, guess what? You have the time now because you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, my music listening has hit the point where it's just like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I'm still up because I wake up at noon. Then I'm like, I'll listen to music for like an hour, and that's what I've been doing. That's how I've been listening to music.
Mhm.
Oh, for weird albums, I found this one. It's called the Langley School Music Choir, and it's from like a school group from the 70s where they just recorded it, and the album was like in this old record shop, and it's gone very viral, and it's like kids singing really weird 70s songs. So they sing like David Bowie, and it's really dark, and it's really good. Highly recommend it.
What is this?
Is it
called?
like their own take on it?
Yeah,
Like their
it's the
own-
Langley School Music Choir. And it's like elementary school children. They play all the music themselves. They all sing. It was like some hipster teacher came in and was like, you kids are going to learn some music. But I really recommend it.
Sounds like a bad version of like School of Rock. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
basically.
Mhm.
They should
Sounds
make
like
a
better
movie.
Kids Bop at this point.
Kids Bop concerts slapped.
Yo.
I wish we had our MCTV budget because that would be, and it wasn't quarantine because that would be a funny video to go to a Kids Bop concert.
Yeah, it's like 30 minutes from me at PNC. Yeah, I'm every year.
What are you saying?
Did you ever see the video of that guy who went to a Jake Paul
I
concert?
did. That was so
funny.
funny.
That was so funny. It's just so bad.
Tyler, we'll get you to do that one day.
I kind of want to.
I'll be your cameraman, Tyler. I'll suffer with you for the gag.
I would love to interview him.
I don't know if I want to talk to him.
Yeah, that's super cringe.
Yeah.
So
All
what's
right, well-
today on your 30-day challenge, Tyler?
What?
On your 30-day song challenge, what's the song for today?
Oh, well, the song for today, I think it was. I will look. I forget what the prompt was. Oh,
You're
yeah,
dedicated.
a song that's a classic favorite, and I put Darude Sandstorm.
Oh, the greatest
Nice.
song.
Yeah, you got it. I mean, you have to at that
Classic.
point. Tomorrow, I didn't check. So in a couple hours, I'll be posting for tomorrow. It's a song you'd sing a duet with someone on karaoke. Ooh, I'll have to research some songs.
What's your
for that.
sneak
High
peek?
School Musical only for me.
Ooh, maybe. I
I'd
know
have to
the
go.
one. Actually, no.
You do a mean Gabriella, Tyler.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah. And then Sam could be Troy. All right. Well, I think we talked about music enough. I think we covered that topic pretty well. Let's move on to our next segment, which comes from Jess, who did trivia with her family during quarantine. I'm sure that was fun. Let's check it out.
Hi guys, I'm Jess King, and on this week's segment of King of the Campus, since I'm not able to be on our beautiful Hudson Valley campus, I'm gonna have to take my segment and do it at home. So this week we're gonna do a little trivia, and the participants are gonna be my family members, my mom, my grandpa, and my brother, and maybe a special feature for my new puppy. And we're gonna do a little trivia about me, and if they get it wrong, the rest of quarantine, I guess, is gonna be pretty awkward.
When's my birthday?
The 16th, January 16th.
Accurate.
When's my birthday?
January 16th,
What year was I born?
1997, 98, 98.
98.
What's my favorite color?
Black.
No! What's my favorite color?
Your favorite color is red,
No.
purple,
No.
white.
No, it's yellow.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Yellow's your favorite color? That's kind of strange.
What's my favorite color, Sandy? Wrong.
What's my favorite dinner meal?
Your what? Your favorite dinner?
Yeah.
Meatballs and spaghetti.
Yes. What's my favorite meal?
Spaghetti and meatballs.
Yes! What type of car do I drive?
Jeep.
Where did I get surgery when I was younger?
On your...
He just tried to look at the answers. Did you see that? What's my favorite sport to watch?
Basketball.
What's my favorite sport to watch?
College basketball.
What museum did I get kicked out of as a child?
Museum of Art.
Who's my favorite musical artist of all time?
Jonas Brothers.
Who's my favorite musical artist of all time?
I don't know. Jonas Brothers.
What's currently my favorite song?
I don't know.
It's a Drake song.
Oh, Tootsie Slide.
Can you Toosie slide, Sandy? What's my favorite holiday?
4th of July. Christmas, presents.
What's my dream job?
Being a news reporter.
You heard it here first, folks. What did I have surgery on when I was younger?
Surgery? You had surgery? Oh, your ear. Your ear?
Yes!
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys had so much fun learning more about me and getting to know my family. To conclude, yes, I did get kicked out of the Museum of Art as a child. Yes, I still am a huge Jonas Brothers fan. And yes, yellow is my favorite color and nobody knows that. I hope everyone continues to stay safe, washes their hands, practices social distancing, wears masks, all the good stuff. And soon enough, hopefully we'll be out of our houses.
So, because of COVID-19, the film industry has basically halted to a stop now, and so that means a lot of movies are getting delayed. Some actually got released on demand, but most are either being delayed or pushed back. So that's the same thing. So let's talk about that. What guys? What were you looking forward to that got delayed this year?
Well, I wasn't looking forward to it, but I was really surprised yesterday when I saw that Scoob wasn't getting like a theater release at all. It's just going straight to rent.
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't hear about
You're
that.
gonna
I
see
mean, that
that.
makes sense. I don't think
Yeah.
anyone was really excited for
No.
Scoob.
It's,
was.
that big cinematic
What an
universe
insult.
going.
I was
Like to get
I like
thrown to
Scooby-Doo.
rent.
Yeah. Yeah. I still have to watch the films that got released like on VOD. Like The Invisible Man, I still gotta see. I heard
wanna
that
see
was
that.
really good. I want to see The Hunt too. I finally watched. I know this was released last year, but I finally watched The Lighthouse.
I wanna see that.
last week.
I've been meaning to watch it.
It was good. I watched it on. I rented it on Apple.
It's free with Prime. It's free with Prime
Since when?
since like 4
Wait,
days
actually?
ago.
Well, I watched it more than 4 days ago. God damn it!
Tyler,
Glad
you
that
gotta
Parrot-
back.
Well, to be fair, I rented it with a gift card that I got for Easter, so I didn't really pay money for it. But like, I was
Flex.
literally waiting for it to come on Amazon, and I was like, "Oh, guess it's not coming on, so I'm gonna rent it." God damn it!
Yeah, I'm glad that Parasite's on Hulu, so I can actually watch it without having to
Yeah,
pay for it.
that was good.
Love Hulu.
Yo, Jalen, I'll watch it with you. I'll
Yeah, we'll stream it
share
together.
I love Parents. I don't want to watch it again. But I'm pretty
So,
upset that Batman got delayed like an extra
Yeah.
4 months.
What?
Batman is moving
Yeah.
from June to October, and that was like my
That
most
one
excited movie.
stung me a little bit. I was really looking forward to that movie.
And I didn't really care.
Hey, it is nice to get a Batman movie around Halloween. So,
Yeah.
and this one's supposedly inspired by the Long Halloween. So,
Yeah.
it would be nice. I think it'll fit the mood better if it comes out in October. It kind of sucks that Comic-Con got canceled this year because I was hoping that they'd like give us more news about that movie.
I think they might. I heard they want to do something online.
Well, if they
That
do
makes
something
sense.
online, that'd be great. But also, like, I was hoping maybe for a teaser, but that's definitely not going to happen now that they stopped shooting. So
Well, I think they did it was like a couple weeks of shooting. So
yeah, Matt Reeves
like
said
8
they
weeks.
have like 25% of the movie shot.
I mean, you could still release like a little teaser,
Yeah, maybe a little tease.
Just a little taste of
Just
it.
a little tease.
just like one
Another
second of it.
test footage.
The first second of it.
Mhm.
I just
I
wanna
want
know the Batman
to see
voice.
like the Batmobile in action. I want to see something with that.
I just want to hear the voice. If he
Oh,
does
that's also
bad as
cool.
Batman, I
wanna
won't be
hear the
happy.
voice. Like
A black
they're gonna-
screen, just the voice. Would
Yeah.
you still be satisfied with that?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'd still lose my
I take
mind.
and more music. I want to hear more of the
The theme's so
Giacchino
good.
score. But yeah, speaking of superheroes, well, first that whole Batman delay kind of affected the rest of their schedule.
Except for
like,
the Flash, it got
Flash
moved
got
up
pushed
a
up
month.
a couple months for some
Yeah.
reason, but Shazam 2 got delayed.
I was so upset.
But speaking and so far, Wonder Woman's still coming out in August, and I'm hoping
Is it
that
actually?
change.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be
Well, it was
moved
originally going to come
to
out in June, and then they pushed it back to August. But it's stayed there for a while now. Speaking of superheroes, Marvel delayed everything now too, since Black Widow is I think delayed until November.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
We were-
late.
yeah, we were supposed to get that
Like
next
next
week or
week,
something. Yeah. So yeah, Disney kind of delayed everything. We were so close to having Mulan released when this whole thing started. That got pushed back, which I was actually kind of interested in. That was the one live action remake that looked good, you know.
I didn't see it. I had no interest in it.
Although to be fair, I've never seen the original Mulan. I don't think.
Wait, really?
I will see it. It's on Disney Plus. So
despicable.
But I don't think it looked like they weren't going to be singing. It was going to be more like an action flick or something. I don't know. But we'll see what happens with that. Bond was so close to getting released. I really wanted to watch that James Bond movie, but that also got delayed until November, I think. So
I wasn't crazy for it, but In the Heights got delayed like a full year, and I was like, I'm kind of upset. I'm kind of disappointed by that because it's not gonna be like overshadowed, I think, by West Side Story coming out a few months before.
What's In the Heights?
It's based on a musical by Lin-Manuel Miranda. My sister was pretty excited for it, and it, like
Oh,
the
okay.
first trailer looked pretty good,
Yeah.
but like I was hoping for someone to overshadow Disney's West Side Story, but nope. Now it's the other way around.
Probably not gonna happen. Yeah.
The mouse is out here trying to hurt everything.
Mouse is losing a lot of money though.
Good. Put more
Yeah.
content on Disney
Oh,
Plus. There's nothing to watch.
What? What was that?
There's nothing to watch on Disney Plus. They burned all.
What are you talking about? They have so much content on Disney Plus.
Yeah, but
They
all
literally have almost their whole library of
yeah,
movies.
but the originals are so lame. There are two that are worth watching, and they're both Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars,
Hot
like the
take.
Clone Wars. Oh, I am so excited for
Yeah,
this finale.
But Tyler, I'm a casual fan of Star Wars. I'd like to watch something else for the service. I
Well,
use
we
my
were
friend's
gonna,
account.
we were supposed to be getting Falcon and Winter Soldier this year too, but I don't know if that's gonna. I think that was supposed to come out in August. I don't know what's gonna happen with that.
It'll probably be delayed.
Yeah, probably. Well, because we
Despicable.
don't know if that was supposed to like if there's anything in that we're supposed to see after Black Widow. Like, you know, I hope not. I hope we can watch that before Black Widow.
I don't
Like, I
care.
hope that it's not integral that we watch Black Widow.
You don't care about the timeline of Marvel movies?
At
What?
this point, I was way more excited for Falcon and Winter Soldier than Black Widow.
Listen, I said it before. Marvel stopped for me when like everyone got dusted. I
Yeah.
was like, I'm good. I don't need it.
Well, I at least was excited for Endgame, so it kind of stopped with me for there. But
I just watched all of them through, but I stopped at Endgame. Did not get to Spider-Man yet.
Spider-Man.
Endgame's like my favorite, one of my favorite Marvel movies. But I like the ending where everyone just dies. I
Yeah,
think it's funnier.
Sadistic, but okay.
yeah. I mean, it was a good ending. But yeah, so hopefully maybe we'll hear something on during Comic-Con if they do like an online show.
We're playing Uno. We have Alex, a sneaky flapjack. He's the white man, both in and out of game. We have Olivia. She's got no profile, but she is this box. You got me. I'm Gumby but white with the Jerry with the Yankee cap and Tim's. We got Dylan. He's blank butt. Got Melanie, who's just a nothing. Evan's something from I don't know. He's weird. Just ignore him.
Gumby, you could sound a little more enthusiastic.
I swear to God, Dylan. You know what?
Hey, last time I checked, you're not done.
Yeah, I'm not done.
My Fog of War Fortress.
I got Jeremy here. I don't know. I'm gonna zoom in on that. I don't know. I don't even want to explain that. There's Jalen. He's got anime, and I think that's everyone. And Monzo
You
spectating.
didn't introduce my picture.
He
I-
didn't introduce most pictures.
Yeah.
You guys see my hand or no?
Yes.
I like spun around the table as
wait.
I was trying
No,
to.
I don't think we can.
Oh.
Yeah, Monzo spectating. Say hi, Monzo.
Hi.
So everyone can say hi.
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 It's all right. We're gonna.
That was really awkward.
It was,
Yeah,
but
you
it's,
can see, like, everyone can see everyone's cards, right? I'm not the only one.
But you can see everyone's cards.
Yeah, hold on. I'll show you the screenshot.
No. No, you're just gonna show us your cards again.
Thanks, Alex.
No, I can't see your cards. I can't
Yeah.
see anyone's.
No.
I don't think anybody's gonna believe me unless I post this picture.
Wait, who's flipping my cards?
Yo, Jalen, check the Discord.
Jeremy, stop.
Oh,
No,
shit,
it's
you can
he
see all
actually
my
can.
cards.
Oh.
Alright, hold on. Andrew, you gotta reset the thing.
Wait a minute. Wait. Whoa.
Alex
That's a
can
wonderful
see
start.
all
Hold
my
on.
cards.
Great stuff.
just out here.
Uh-oh.
Aw, dude.
I'm mad I had to use that.
No, you're not. You did it to me 4 times.
Yeah, but I wanted to save it.
Not mad.
I wanted to save it to hit Dylan later.
Bro, dude, how could you?
I just want to ruin
Wait, never
Dylan's
mind,
night.
It's in your name, Gumby but white.
Yeah, White Gumby is evil.
Off the mouse for 1 second.
Don't get on.
Don't get on call.
Oh no.
Don't get on Zoom tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah,
Off the mouse for 1 second.
Don't get on.
Don't get on call.
Oh no.
Don't get on Zoom tomorrow.
Fuck, I can't believe you've done this.
I didn't do anything.
Lamau.
There's one correct. That is not the correct color.
That is the correct color. Thank you, Dylan.
Damn it.
How dare you?
Wow, I fucked everyone over with that one.
Yeah, you did.
No, Alex.
Oh, hold on, guys. I gotta go beat my meat.
Here, Alex. Take my card.
Yo, I got it. Thanks.
I got you.
Oh, nice blue one.
Alex, I think you have to do
I
it.
want to just ignore it, just so Alex
Here,
can win.
I'll take it. I'll take it off your hands.
Don't play that as your last. You're just gonna get.
Oh my god.
No, don't.
Don't play that one. Save it for the end.
Play the blue.
Alex, play the blue. Everyone put all of your hands in the middle. Alex, do it now.
Everyone, hands in.
Alex, go.
It's Dylan.
There's no.
Dylan, you killed us all.
Monsters just wants to play.
Dylan,
Oh,
you
fuck.
earned this.
I can't believe you've done this.
Boys sponsor isn't up yet. We're still doing commercial break.
So yeah, our sponsors today are Honey. It's Honey. If
That
you go
is
on,
our leading sponsor. Moving on.
if you go on honey.com/Jalen, you'll get 15% off your Honey download.
Huh?
Welcome to Raid Shadow Legends.
Wait,
Do you like the hottest RPG ever?
Let's
I haven't
play
played it.
Shadow Legends. Wait, is that or Arc Knights?
I haven't played Raid Shadow
Everyone's
Legends.
favorite gotcha game, Arc Knights.
yo, keep it at yellow, people.
Yo, guys, a spider crawled out of my pussy.
What's up, gamer?
Oh, he's back.
Dylan. Okay, Dylan changed it. I thought it was Monzo changed it
Stop
again.
making it blue. I don't have that.
Wasn't my
Oh, I
fault.
do. It's your turn.
Okay, here you go.
Oh,
Thank you.
See, they're doing this again every time.
this is not fair. This is cheating.
I pulled the reverse off the top. I didn't plan that.
Collusion. Collusion.
Frustrating.
Dylan, draw.
I promise you I
Russia was
can't read
involved.
lips, so I can't see.
Ooh.
Yes, Alex.
Collusion.
Come on, Alex.
Hands in the
Just
middle,
play it
people.
quick. Alex, I'll call your Uno for you.
Alex, you can do it.
Alex, look, I don't even have a
Look at
red.
these two cheaters out here.
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was only a second away.
Yo, Alex,
proud
I'm
of-
pissed when I play this draw too, though.
Yo, you
Get
were
him. Get him.
He's taunting us. He's taunting us.
Yeah, look at him.
Hey, Alex.
Fuck.
Don't you dare, Jalen. Don't do this.
Do it, Jalen.
Do it.
Jalen,
Jalen.
don't do this.
Jalen, do it.
Jalen, don't.
Jalen, I
Let
swear to
Monzo
Christ.
play.
Here's my card that I will play on Alex's turn. Everyone show your best card.
Oh wait, hold on. My blue 4 is my best card. Jeremy.
Yo, Jeremy just froze.
Oh,
Jeremy?
Yes.
can you go? Can you place the card down?
Can you play your card?
Of course
Please?
I can. I'm just curious though.
Hey, did he
this game
just
to
leave
end.
it on the... How did you leave it on the table like that?
There you go.
Hey.
And that's the...
Alex.
Hey.
Yay, Alex won.
Alex.
We have John Monzo subbing in for Olivia after her humiliating defeat.
Yo, you have an amazing golf voice.
Do I really?
Your golf voice is fantastic.
Thank you, Jalen. All right, let's play the game.
Does it make you moist?
Jeremy.
No, golf does not.
Jeremy, can you not make this weird?
Rounding up. Fucking hell.
What can I say? I'm an agent of chaos. I have hemorrhoids.
I can't sit anywhere.
Thank you for that information.
And be outdone by you, motherfucker.
Who's doing that? Whose footprints are these?
Shit.
I missed.
Wow.
Did
I
Monza?
clicked just to the right.
Wow, he got that. He
Monza's
got that
zooming
fair
in.
and square too.
Monza's doing the zoom
Damn.
trick.
Oh, I didn't even realize I had Uno.
Monza, are you zoom tricking?
I swear on my life I am not.
Monza, take a picture of your screen.
I will.
Yeah, take a picture of your screen.
How do I take a picture of my screen?
I can't believe Olivia did that.
Go on your phone, take a picture of your computer, and then send it in the
No,
chat.
you can't send it to the group chat anymore. You can't send it to the Discord.
Yeah.
I'll send it in our group chat.
Okay. Yeah, don't send it into Discord. I completely forgot.
No, I believe him. Also, he would have zoomed out by now.
Yeah.
That is true.
Dan's definitely got
No,
a
but
wild
this is perfect. This is
Oh, Jeremy, an 8 for an 8? Yo, that actually went into your hand.
Jalen, wheat for wheat.
Yeah, you just gave him a card.
Yeah. I actually gave him a card.
what the heck?
How did that happen? Yo, I got 2, but like, what the fuck?
Megan, everyone give me your
I'm gonna
cards.
do it again. I'm gonna do it again. Yo, I really wanted that to work again.
No.
Yo, I can't. Jeremy, I'm sorry, but you have my blue 8 now.
Yes, yes, I do.
Alex, you gonna play your card?
I don't know, will I?
I mean, I hope you do.
I guess you can't play that red A.
Wait, I can't touch 2 of my own cards because they're not mine.
Oh no!
Wait, which one's mine?
We
Which
broke
one's
it.
mine? Wait, which one's mine?
Oh my
God damn it, we broke
2
the
on the
string.
far right are not mine.
Wait, which one's the 8?
The 8 is the one on the far right.
Alright, I'll take it back.
Whoever put the blue 9?
Yo, I can't take it back. That's great.
Who is the blue 9?
Who gave me a blue 9?
It's not mine. I can't
mine
take.
either.
Just try to grab his cards. If you can't take his cards, it's not.
It's the one on the very far right.
There.
Alex is giving him
Wait, I think I
cards.
just took someone else's card because I never gave him a 9. I'm gonna take your other card too.
Can anyone else take? Yeah, somebody. There.
Alex, stop giving Jeremy cards.
Alex just gave another one.
How is he doing that?
Am I gonna get a prompt to Uno?
Yeah,
Gotta
do it. Let's
finesse
see if we
it
get a
in there.
prompt. Are we gonna get a prompt? Alex, how are you actually doing that consistently?
I don't know.
How is Alex breaking the game?
No, he doesn't get one.
Yes, it did. It gave
What?
me
He's got a
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
That was the best
Oh
thing
my
I've ever
God.
fucking seen.
Alex broke the
Alex,
game.
It's so badly.
Damn,
I'm in
Jeremy
pain.
really was the brunt of our attack.
So scripted is only mostly scripted. Apparently.
Well, you know what? It's time. We'll go back to Runch.
Oh, yes, the classic game of Run.
I love Runch. All right, pass. Angie, pan around so you can see the location we're in.
All right, everyone in MCTV, this is our German parking garage.
Hey, wait, give me the fucking Run.
Hold on, I need some Runch. Stop taking the Runch. I have.
It's my runch.
Nope, it's mine. Everyone, this is Runch. Hidden Valley
That's
Road.
cringe, bro. Get her out of here.
Hey, it's-
Yo,
Caught
Runch,
it.
your mother abandoned you as a child.
Runch, you were dropped on the head.
Yo, same.
God damn it, I had it for a second.
So, yeah, that's it for that episode. Right?
yeah, we'll. This is pretty easy to do. We should probably do another one of these at some point.
We should. You can really pick up your streaming career.
Yeah.
As a streamer.
The fucking table.
Yo, you gotta make the OnlyFans and everything.
All right, I'm gonna stop. All right, everyone, say goodbye. I'm gonna stop recording.
Goodbye. I'm sorry for all this.
Goodbye.
I'm not
Bye.
sorry.
Good night.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for hopping on the panel with me today. I'd like to thank Maggie, Andrew, Jess, and Jalen. Before we go, is there anything that you guys miss about the club or the campus in general? I know I have a long list.
I really miss just like seeing other people. I'm a pretty like introverted person, but like this quarantine has like made me realize how much I enjoy being on campus and being with everyone in the club and everything. So I'm looking forward to when we all get back together and everything.
As am I.
Yeah, I'm missing seeing people. I'm also missing like not being home all the time. It's kind of it's not fun being just like in my parents' house all the time.
Mm-hmm.
When I did my segment, I did trivia with my family, and it made me really miss my King of the Campus segment, because just walking around like and seeing the Hudson River and stuff like that, awesome.
Yeah, I definitely miss my friends the most, but stuff like this makes it a lot easier. So like, it's just moving for now.
Yeah, I gotta say, I really miss my friends of the campus. I really miss being there, and you know, I even miss going to class a little bit. It's so much better than these online classes. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get back to it next semester. I know you seniors, it sucks for you guys that you guys had to end on such a poor note. My God, I hope you guys can have
Throw self off the roof.
yeah. Well, I hope you guys can actually have like a real graduation if it does have to be, in August or something. But yeah. So, well, thank you guys for spending some time with me during this pandemic. I'm gonna throw it to Zach's segment now. Zach talks with Chelsea about their favorite conspiracy theories. Ooh, sounds interesting. Let's take a look.
Okay, I remember how much I hate being on camera. Hey, welcome everyone. Obviously, we're home. We're not in the studio, but I guess it works out for our next segment, conspiracy theories. I made this nice, awesome sweatshirt because the government is always watching us. And it works that we're home because instead of being in an expensive studio, I'm in my parents' basement, pretty much. I mean, my room, but whatever. All right. Joining us now, we have another conspiracy theorist, Chelsea. Welcome, Chelsea.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So today we're going to go over our top 3 favorite conspiracy theories. Chelsea, start us off with the first one.
All right, well, first off, I'm going to start off with one that everyone should just accept at this point because I don't see any evidence that disproves it. The Earth is flat. There's just no debate. There's just no debate at this point. For starters, Antarctica is just simply a wall of ice that surrounds the Earth in order to keep all the water in, right? Like in the country, keep it all in together. 2, the flights patterns to Bali and LA, they don't make sense. They have to go over to Alaska. Like it just doesn't add up when you really think about it, Zach. Like,
no, it doesn't.
The UN is in on it. The UN knows this and they're just hiding it from us at this point. Their logo is literally a map for flat Earth if you look at it and you analyze it that way. And
I just want to know, what is NASA hiding, right?
What is NASA hiding? That's the question everyone wants to know, and they have been scarily silent recently on this matter. They have not addressed any of these issues.
100%.
Also, the horizon. If you needed any little bit of proof of it, look at the horizon. It's flat.
Yeah.
Okay. If the Earth was round, I'd be able to see past the horizon, wouldn't I? Like, isn't that what that's about? Isn't that? I mean, like, it just doesn't add up to me. Nothing adds up. And really, I know people ask, well, if the Earth is flat, then like, how is the sun and like the moon a thing, right? I'll tell you how it's a thing. They're like spotlights. They're basically like baby mobiles, like hover over the Earth and shine down on us. So I find many reasons for why it is flat, and I don't see anyone telling me why it isn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a really good point.
That's my top one.
Alright, so that kind of brings me into the next one, that, like, the moon, the landing was obviously fake if the Earth is flat.
Oh, it had to be faked.
Yeah.
It had to.
And that's my number 3. The moon landing was totally fake, and I'll give you a few reasons. One, if you look at images of the moon, like the pictures that they took on that first landing, all the pictures have these like X's and T's like etched into the glass of the lens. If you look at some of those pictures that we'll put up on the screen right here, they're some of the like black etches are missing, or they're underneath part of the image. And if that wasn't photoshopped, then that wouldn't be there. So, like, for example, there's a picture of an astronaut in space, and part of the T, which is part of the glass, should be over the astronaut, but it's behind him. Does that make sense?
Wow. That makes total
Yeah.
sense. I mean,
Exactly.
like, it makes sense what you're saying on why it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I have to bring it back to NASA. What are they hiding here?
Exactly.
They had to be in on it. Why they want us to believe these things, I don't know. But I would like some answers starting at some point.
They didn't even do
No.
a good job trying to hide it. Like,
No,
in all
they
the
didn't do a
pictures. Now, wouldn't you agree if you're in space and you're on the moon, all of the light is just coming from one direction, the sun, right?
It has to, because that's how light works. That's what we've been taught.
So why in pictures are there shadows going in 2 different directions?
They got sloppy.
Doesn't make sense.
They got
Those are
sloppy on
studio
that one.
lights. Studio lights.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
You know, right?
Now, let's try to bring the mood up a little bit with a light, fun-hearted one. Chuck E. Cheese. I'm sure you've heard of this one.
Oh, I've heard of this one.
Yeah, they reuse their pizza slices. Now that sounds weird, and I will explain. What they do is when a family does not finish their pizza, because let's face it, Chuck E. Cheese, their target audience is like 6-year-olds who, can't finish all the pizza that they get. So when they can't finish it, they just take it from the table, bring it back, and then just put them together like all the like uneaten pizzas in order to save money, and then they just serve it. Now, there are many factors to this, but one thing that's important is that people have taken pictures of their pizza pies. When the pizza is cut, it is clear that the pepperoni does not line up. There's pepperoni that's cut in half, as it often is on pepperoni pizza when you slice it, but they don't line up to each other. So why? That's the question I think everyone is asking. It doesn't make sense. Yes, you're saving money, but what are we really saving?
The pizza's supposed to be a circle. You can't have like a triangle that's like half the size of the one next to it. That's not a pizza.
It doesn't. The slices don't line up. The pepperoni doesn't line up. The pepperoni was really where they had their mistake. They really made an error, crucial error, by trying to line up the pepperoni. But
No, 100%. Totally agree.
100%.
That brings me to my next favorite one is it's kind of a funny one, but it's true. The birds. They're surveilling us for the government. When you see all those birds on power lines, they're just recharging. It's crazy. I was driving to sushi like a few weeks ago before all this started happening, and we're going down the road, turn the corner, and there's like 400 birds that all just flew off the power lines and were going crazy. It was wild. They're just charging there and they're ready to go.
No, absolutely. And honestly, Zach, I have never been a fan of birds. I've never trusted them. Every time I've ran away from birds, I'm afraid of them. I know that they're more powerful than people are letting us believe that they are. So I feel like I've always been on top of this, and no one's been listening to me.
And that's why they won't let you get close to them. They'll fly away before you can see that they're really like a surveillance tool.
Cameras. They're just listening on our conversations. Why else would birds be here? What purpose do they serve us?
That's a really good point. See, like
I don't see it. I don't see why.
The biggest joke is when someone gets a pet bird, you just invited the government right into your home.
And those birds, have you noticed? They try to make those birds look super cool. Like they give them all these bright colors.
They can even talk.
They can talk to you, so you're like, "Oh, this is so cool. Let me have this pet bird." And then boom, the government knows everything about you. I am willing to bet those people get all the pop-up ads because the
Oh,
government's
of
always
course.
listening to us anyways, so they definitely just use those birds to target audiences.
You know how easy it was for them to just, like, turn the microphone on the bird? All they had to do
They
was
just go,
that, and everyone's like, "I'm sold."
Yep. That was it. They were like, "Okay, great." It's insanity. It's insanity is what it is that people aren't paying more attention to these issues.
That's why I have, like, 3 pet birds. They're all, like, in one room of my house, and they're just playing the same ad over and over and over again. So the government's
Yeah.
like, "Man, this person, they love all this stuff." And then they
And
just
you're
keep sending
like
joke's on you.
Joke's on you, government. I was on this the whole time, like the smart person would be.
Exactly.
Now, my next one is one that I truly believe in. Mattress stores are money laundering schemes. Now, there are over 3,000 mattress firms alone in the United States. In total, mattress firms and stores make a revenue of over $14 billion. Now ask yourself this. How many mattresses do you have? And how many have you had in your lifetime? There is no way every person in America will spend that much money on mattresses alone. Like you have one mattress, you buy it, and it lasts you like 6 years or 10 years. I don't really know.
Yeah, it's
I've had mine
ridiculous.
for a really long time. So like, why are all these mattress stores popping up? Like I go down on where my mall is, and there are 5 mattress stores on one strip. I live in New Hampshire. Can you imagine a place like LA? Like, how many are there on one area? There's no way everyone in my little town needs 5 mattress stores. It doesn't line up. It doesn't add up, Zach.
The other thing that doesn't add up, there's never anyone in these mattress stores. Have you ever gone to go
You're
shop for a
right.
mattress and you're the only one in there the whole 2-hour time they're trying to sell you one?
Exactly. I don't understand it. I just wanna know where they're getting their money from because it doesn't make sense, and the only thing that makes it make sense is that they're laundering money.
Yeah, this is the 2nd mattress I've ever had.
This is
If
the 2nd mattress I've ever had, and the 1st one was a hand-me-down. So, like,
Same.
what is going on?
If everyone bought a mattress today in America, they wouldn't need it for like 6 years at
Nope.
least. And then, but I
Exactly.
guarantee they'd still be open and they'd still
They'd
be
still be
making
open.
money and profiting.
It doesn't add up.
I want to buy everyone in America a mattress. I don't have
That's
that
what I
money.
would do.
But like Elon Musk, you have the money. Like you spent it on like $25,000 flamethrowers. I think you can buy like a couple 100,000 million mattresses.
Now,
And
not to
then
do a hot take, but I feel like Elon Musk of all people really agrees with this theory. I feel like he's really down for it at this point.
I mean, Elon, if you're listening, like buy everyone a mattress and just like see what happens. Oh no, she's frozen. Oh, so the government already tried silencing us. We were recording and Chelsea froze, and then after Chelsea froze, I started talking like a robot, which I don't believe. And then I was at a sync, and then nothing was working, so we had to like restart the whole thing pretty much. Kind of wild, right, Chelsea? Wild? Did you say?
I knew from the moment I saw my computer freeze that we went too far. We pushed some buttons that someone didn't want us pushing, but that won't have us stop. We have to advocate for this. They want to silence us, but they're not going to be able to.
Well, so the government will probably like blow up my computer for this next one. The Denver airport, we're aware of the
I've
Denver.
heard this. Yes.
It's in Denver, yeah, Colorado.
Yeah.
Okay. It is a secret government base, and let me tell you why. I think it was built in the 90s, had an amazing airport in Denver already. It was great. It was running at like a good capacity. It wasn't like there was not like too many planes coming in. They built a multi-billion-dollar airport 20 minutes away in the same city, went like billions of dollars over budget, built like 5 buildings, and then they were like, oh, we put it in the wrong spot. Okay, still a fuck up. It's like, it's wrong. Why'd you do that? Instead of just knocking down the buildings, they buried them. Why would you do that?
Mary, there seems more efficient ways.
Yeah, you could just demolish the building and then do that.
Exactly. So
there's rumors that
something.
Oh, of course. There's rumors that that's where the Illuminati goes. It's in like the center of the country, so it's harder for other countries to attack it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's got like tunnels to all these other like military bases supposedly. I forget there was like some like bad event that was going on in the world, and at that time the president flew to Colorado to Denver Airport. Why would you do that unless there was a secret government base there, right?
Exactly. Very
And
odd place to fly into.
there's also a plaque in the airport that says something about like the new founding, what, I don't know, I'll put the picture up of what it says. It's like the New World Air Commission or something like that. If you look that up, it doesn't exist anywhere. You can't find it anywhere. But it's on a plaque in the airport. Why?
Wow.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem
Like,
right.
It doesn't. And then there's like that weird horse that's outside, the blue one with like the red eyes.
That's like the devil, honestly. I feel like it's trying to say something. It's trying to
killed
say
its
something.
sculptor. Like it was like part of the sculpture fell on the guy.
Wow, I
that
haven't
made it
heard of that.
and killed him.
It's making sense. It's making sense
It all makes sense.
when you really think about it. We're doing what the people are too scared to do, and it's addressing
Exactly.
issues.
There is I forget the name of it. It's a conspiracy theory video on YouTube that it's been going around. It's about the media and conspiracy theories about that, and how like the government and the CIA control the media. And I'm trying to find it right now, and it makes sense because it talks about it talks about like the media and like how the CIA influences what they talk about and different kind of stuff like that. And I'm forgetting the name of it, but I'll put like a video thing right there, and it's
Definitely.
wild.
I think
And
people need to know.
of course, I need to know. Okay, well, this has been our top 3 conspiracy theories. Thank you, Chelsea, for joining us.
Thank
and
you so much for having me.
Yeah, of course. And now we're gonna go back to Tyler in the studio or whatever comes after this segment. We'll just see what happens. Okay, have a good one, guys. Conspiracy theories out.
Hello, everyone. This is your host, Tyler McGuigan. Welcome to a segment we like to call Studio A Interviews from Home. Today we have a very special guest with us, Todd Bavona, who graduated from Marist in 2007. So, Todd, why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I was at Marist College from 2003 to 2007. Wow, can't believe it's been 15 years or so, whatever it's been. I don't even want to know. But I went to Marist College with a sports communication degree, sports communication program led at the time by Dr. Keith Strudler. It was very cool, and I had a cognate. I'll never forget. It wasn't a minor; it was a cognate in criminal justice.
Oh, wow.
Only reason why I did that was because all my friends in the dorms were criminal justice majors, so I did that. So. Loved my time at Marist. I was involved heavily in student government. I was the vice president of athletics in student government. I did MCTV for 3.5 years about. I was in WMAR. I contributed to the Circle, to the paper, and did a bunch of fundraisers at Marist. Rest in peace, a friend, Caitlin Boyle, passed away from meningitis. I'll never forget that. That was junior year. And we had a fundraiser for it. We'd started the student-faculty basketball game as a fundraising means. And then also, I think my junior year, or that was my sophomore year, my junior year, someone else had passed. Then we did another fundraiser for her family, Jill Carboni. And we did a powder puff game which was really, really cool. It's a lot of fun. So love Poughkeepsie, love Marist. It was I tell everyone it's best 4 years of my life. And then I moved on to work in the freelance television business where I'm still at today, and now have my own production company. And I am from Brooklyn, New York, from 85 to 93. And then I moved to Staten Island, where I lived in Staten Island for 25 years. And now I reside in Cliffwood, Matawan, New Jersey.
Oh, awesome. I'm from New Jersey too.
Oh, nice. What part?
Essex County. I live in Cedar
Essex.
Grove, New Jersey. It's right next to Montclair, if you know where that is, and Verona.
No, right where that is. So
Yeah,
one of the
Verona.
places I work at is MLB Network in Secaucus, New Jersey. And a
Oh.
lot of people that work in Secaucus actually live in Montclair.
Oh,
so
nice.
very familiar with the area. A lot of people talk to us about the commute from Montclair to Secaucus.
Yeah. There's a lot of commuters there because they have a bunch of train stations in Montclair. All right. So, well, next question. What have you been doing during all of this, during this whole pandemic and us having to stay at home? Like, what have you been doing for fun and to keep yourself busy?
Sure. Well, primarily I work in television production as a freelancer. I'm primarily a stage manager, floor director, whatever you want to call it, working for various networks throughout the country or world. MLB Network, I mentioned. NBC Sports is in Stamford, Connecticut, or I was supposed to work the Indianapolis 500 for the second time. That obviously got postponed.
Yeah.
I was booked to work the Olympics. I was supposed to go to Tokyo for a month. That got postponed until 2021. Right now, today is the day before the NFL draft. I was supposed to be in Vegas for a week. Point being, all these events that I was booked for are postponed or canceled. So that was a really gut punch. And as a freelancer, if I don't work, I don't get paid. Unemployment it is, taking advantage of what the government's been offering us and getting paid a little bit. Actually, MLB Network, to their credit, they paid us even though we're not working. They gave us a percentage for the month of April, and they paid us in full for March when we were originally canceled. So I've been focusing, since I'm not working in studios or on sets or on location throughout the country. I've been working for Gotham Trinity Productions, which is a production company that I started with a couple of friends from Staten Island, Staten Island-based production company. And we've been doing a lot of live broadcasts via Facebook or YouTube, and using different online platforms in order to facilitate a talk show style. We've been tasked by the Staten Island Advance, which is Staten Island's daily newspaper, to host a segment called Together SI, where we reach out to an individual from the small business community and interview them and say, how are you coping? Much like you asked me, Tyler, was what are you doing? Well, we're asking various members of the Staten Island community, what are you doing to adjust in these times? My buddy Corey Shifter from Casal Jewelers, what are you doing as a jeweler to sell your product? So Gotham has been keeping us busy because we're able to record video still, quality video, through this new medium of the virtual space. So I've been actually more busy now post quarantine, during quarantine, than I was not in quarantine with my production company. So we're one of the few who, although we lost a large percentage of income for April for events we did have booked, we are getting a fraction of it back through this new medium.
Oh, nice. And I have to ask, how did you guys come up with the name Gotham Trinity?
Great question, Tyler. And we love talking about it too. It's between three guys, my good buddies, Michael Graziuso, Staten resident, and my buddy Mike Delagrazi. So there were three of us who had this idea for a production company a long time ago. And I'm using 15 years of my freelance broadcast knowledge to impart on them TV production-wise, whereas Mike Delagrazi, he's a writer actor. Mike Graziuso is a filmmaker, and he's very good on the tech side of things. So we knew it had to be something with the three of us. I work for NBC Sports, which does the Premier League out of Europe, London, England, of course. And I love shields, so I wanted some sort of shield for a logo. I'm a big DC fan, big Marvel fan, big DC fan, obviously. We love Gotham. We love the Trinity idea, and we wanted to do a little cityscape up here. Oh, nice. Got your Batman. It's awesome. Yeah, so that's where it came from. We wanted to do something New York-centric, maybe Staten Island-centric, but Gotham Trinity Productions had a good ring, had a good, and my buddy Mike developed a nice logo.
Well, the logo looks great, and it it does have a ring to it. It's a great sounding name.
Thanks, man.
To end on a lighter note, what was the club MCTV like during your time at Marist?
Oh man, that's such a cool question. I happened to be around the time where we were freshman year. We were still working off of DV tapes, and we were working on Canons, red and white Canons that we had, GL1 or XL1 or whatever they were. So we were still working off a DV tape, and then I was fortunate enough. I think we made the switch to digital, which was a huge deal. We made a switch to digital. I want to say my junior year, so circa 2005 to 6. And it was awesome. There was a big boost in both membership and event coverage, where we were relied on as the source for. I think I saw the Marist fashion program tweeted or Instagram something today about people getting together doing a virtual runway show or something like that. And it reminded me of the Silver Needle show that MCTV used to cover. So we got tasked with covering that, which was awesome. We worked with James Duryea doing graduation coverage, and we did sports, which was my wheelhouse. I loved covering football, soccer, baseball. Basketball was the best. Basketball was awesome. We were fortunate enough to have basketball when the women made it to the Sweet 16 of their tournament that year. So we covered them at the arena at Harbor Yard in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Watched them win that. And then we followed them out to Ohio. They chartered a flight for us. That's one of my best college memories, actually. They chartered a flight for us. So they managed to get a nice student discount, and you got on a flight and you went to Ohio just to watch them play the Lady Volunteers, which was amazing. And I'll never forget we left late and we showed up late, and we maintained to this day the Alicia Kreskis of the world, Nikki Flores, Juliana Vianney, Sarah Smerdell, all those girls that were there. I guarantee you, if we were there for the whole game and we didn't come in towards the end of the first half, they would have won, because the second half they outscored Tennessee.
Oh,
and
wow.
I guarantee the Lady Foxes would have beat Tennessee if Marist, the fans who were on that charter flight, would have got there on time. But one of my best memories being involved in MCTV, we went to every game. So you would develop a relationship with the students on a new level, which was so cool. And it was so much fun. All the live events are good. Pre-tape shows. We did the Fox Den every week for sports, entertainment. That's a Shame. My buddy John LaRocchia did that show, and the new show, of course, when we did it live, was a big deal. So I'd say the transition from DV tape to going digital was huge for us. Big deal.
Yeah. Well, it's funny to hear you talk about that, because just this semester we were doing inventory in the MCTV office, and in the closet we found like this huge box full of old little tapes from the 2000s era of the club.
Oh, get out of here. That's
we were
awesome.
watching a couple of them. So I've probably seen some stuff that you've actually worked on.
I'd say that's very cool. And I think that's cool to keep. Yeah, my goodness. If you see any of my stuff on there, I'd love to see it and just make fun of myself.
I do.
Show my wife. She'll laugh at me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, yeah. I would love to show my wife. She'll laugh at me. What were you going to say, Tyler? Sorry.
I was going to say I definitely saw a lot of the women's basketball tapes. There were a couple of weird ones. There was one of like a birth of a baby cow. I don't know how that got in there. It was weird.
MCTV, you never know what you're going to capture.
Yeah, exactly. But I think
that's the beauty of it.
I think we were thinking about turning those into digital files. So
that'd be awesome. I'll tell you, I think my alumni that I worked with, who I still keep in touch with now, some pioneers of MCTV, like Travis Teletachi was big at MCTV. And even before I got there, and making MCTV a really big club that was so involved. Craig O'Brien, who was the initial person who really got me into MCTV and really inspired me to do more. He worked at ESPN for a long time. Eric Kimmel, who was the engineer at MCTV, who got me a job on ESPN College Game Day for the 2018-2019 season. God bless him. And that's one of the biggest shows on television that I was honored to be a part of as a second stage manager. So my point being, I think all of us would love to look at that footage. So if you do come up with an alumni show, or if you want to do something and throw them together, Amir Nabil on weather, John LaRocchia, my friend Angela Gallo, Brian Lowe, you'll see a lot. And specifically from that year when the Lady Foxes made it to the Sweet 16, there's a ton of footage. And even the men were good that year. They made it in the NIT. They made it out of the first round.
Oh, wow.
So there's a lot of basketball footage, circa 03 to 08, 09 even, when those teams were dominant.
Mm.
So that'd be really cool to see.
Yeah, it was cool to find those tapes and like look at them just to like it's a piece of MCTV history. So we'll see what we can do with those. I think
awesome.
I think alumni would appreciate like seeing those tapes.
Yeah. Just to kind of remember when we had tapes. Remember we were dealing with DV tapes and whether or not they would transfer or whether or not they got recorded over on, like just silly stuff. I mean, I was around freshman year. We had VHS tapes. So I remember us recording to VHS tapes and rolling in packages via VHS tapes and press and play and watching it roll and it all staticky and whatnot. So I would love to. That'd be really cool, man. That'd be really cool.
Lying around. Yeah. Well, thank you, Todd. This was a great opportunity to talk. It's great to have someone like you on our show. I don't really remember the last time we had an alumni on here, but it was good to hear your story, and it seems like you're doing really well for yourself.
I'm trying, man. Just trying to stay humble, stay hungry, and adapt. That's the biggest thing right now. I could tell the freshmen through seniors adapt to this, stay positive through it. Seniors, I know it's tough. You're not getting your spring, but adapt and be positive. The whole world's out there. They're ready for you. So, and I even have my that's my diploma right there.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Oh yeah. So when I do my shows, this is my background. So this is your taking a look into my studio at home.
Cool.
So I always have my Marist diploma up there. So this was great to be a part of, guys. I love what MCTV is always doing. I'm following you guys. We're always cheering you on as a proud alumni. It's great to see you guys progress. And I know James Derrier is still there working hard, and Joey Wall. We love you guys. So good luck to you all, y'all.
Oh, well, that's great to hear. Thank you. And maybe I'll have to check out your show as well.
Yeah, definitely. Gotham After Dark, 10 p.m. Facebook.com/Gotham Trinity Productions. We're live Monday through Thursday night at 10 p.m.
Oh, nice. Great. Well, you hear that, folks? If you want to check out Todd's show, you can go to Facebook right there and check him out. All right. Well, thank you, Todd, and thanks everybody for watching. Hello, everyone. Well, to wrap up the show, we're going to do another Studio A interview from home, and this time we're going to be interviewing two current club members, Connor and Robert, who, if you don't know, they direct our sports show. So I'm just going to be talking to them about, what they've been doing during this, quarantine and while the whole world is kind of going downhill right now. So welcome, guys.
How's it going? Thank you.
Good. So to start off, what have you guys been up to while you're home to pass the time?
Well, Rob, you want me to start this one? Want me to
go
take it
for
away?
it.
All right. So for me, I've been trying to catch up on a bunch of shows that I wouldn't normally watch while I'm at school. I've been binging The Wire right now. Pretty incredible. Pretty great. If you haven't watched it, check it out.
I've heard great things. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. And I've also been playing a lot of The Witcher 3 because I got into the show and then I got the game because I heard it was like incredible, which it is. So I'm playing that a lot too.
That happened to me too. Except I played The Witcher 3 during this past semester.
Yeah.
And then I ended up beating it. But yeah, I remember like after I played it a while ago, started it, then stopped playing it, and then when I saw the show, I was like, oh, I kind of want to play this again.
Yeah, it just like sucks you in too. Like I cannot stop playing it. It's so good. There's like so many different things to do. It's so good. Yeah.
How about you, Rob?
Besides trying to stay on top of my schoolwork and everything, get used to
the adjustment of online classes. Been watching some shows. Rewatched The Office for like the 5th or 6th time. Did a little gaming. Played some Fortnite. Was a little basic. Warzone. I don't know which one I like more, but both of them are a lot of fun. Hanging out with my family. My mom owns a dance studio in town, so I've been helping her get her virtual dance classes situated so she can still maintain her business while not being able to meet with everyone. But other than that, just kind of spending time with my family and my pets.
Nice. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of video games too. I've been playing a lot of Modern Warfare lately. And I'm trying to finish The Office now. Like, I watched it a while ago, and then after Michael left, I tried watching it and then I stopped. But now that I got a lot of time on my hands, I'm finally trying to finish it. I think I'm on the last season right now.
Solid.
Awesome. Awesome. So, what do you guys miss most about either, the club or Marist in general?
I'd say first and foremost, I definitely miss all my friends. It's kind of cliche when they say when you get to campus, you're gonna make your best friends here, and all that, and you're like, yeah. Like, that's the cliche you say that, but it kind of is true. Like, in such a short time, I did get really close with a lot of guys and girls and made a lot of friends, and I definitely miss them, going from living with some of them and seeing them all day, every day, to seeing some Snapchats every once in a while, and that's about it. It's kind of sucks and it's kind of sad, and miss hanging out with all of them and having fun. And then the club, Connor and I kind of took over as directors very late. It was basically the start of the second semester. And so we got very excited and started coming up with a bunch of ideas for the show and started really revamping it, and then just kind of got cut short before we could really dive into those ideas. So
yeah, I would say for me, to kind of reiterate what Rob said, would be, my friends first and foremost. We lived in like the townhouses. We had a great group of guys there. It was a lot of fun. So I miss them a lot. We've been trying to play Minecraft and stuff together, so that's been good. But yeah, and then when it comes to the club, I mean, yeah, we had a lot of fun ideas that we were really excited to delve into. So I really miss that. I miss, having the whole studio atmosphere, being there. And then I'm in center field as well too, so I miss actually reporting on things and getting that hands-on work. But I'm excited for next year, to try to take those ideas, because I've been in contact with some of my professors and stuff too, and I've gotten some really good pointers on what to do with the show and stuff like that. So I'm really excited for that.
Awesome. Well, I gotta say, you guys were doing really great with the show while we were on campus, and it's a shame that cut short. But I think next semester you guys are gonna do even better.
Thank you.
Yeah, I gotta say, I agree with both of you. Like, I really miss my friends, and I kind of just miss. I finally got a single room spring semester of my sophomore year, and I was only there for about 2 months in total, which sucked. But yeah, it was really good. It was really great. I miss kind of living on my own, and miss Chicken Bap. That was a good place to eat.
I'm a Cab fan through and through.
Calf, man, yeah. The calf is there's some good days and some bad days.
No, not the calf, the cab.
Oh, cab. Yes, I do miss the cab. I hear I might be mistaken, but I hear they are bringing the old cab back.
Ooh,
and
give me them breakfast sandwiches.
Back to Building D, which I would be a huge fan of.
Yeah, that's sick. I think that would be a lot better.
Yeah, I miss the cab burritos. Those were and the quesadillas.
So good.
Well, here's a big question for you guys. What do you think the near future will look like for pro sports after this COVID-19 pandemic kind of dwindles out?
I think it's really hard to say, because one of the biggest things that they're talking about, they talk about this with the MLB too, because they're trying to come back in Arizona or something like that. But it's that, players are always going to need to be tested before every game, or be isolated in a hotel and separate from their families. So if that's the case, it's going to be a lot harder to get athletes to actually agree to that, because, who wants to stay away from their family and stuff for 4 months straight, even if they are getting paid and playing sport. But as for fans and bringing it back. I think they're going to bring the sports back earlier than like actually having fans. Maybe play a couple games here and there with no fans. But I think once we get into the fall football season, I think they'll be able to find ways to, when it comes to fans, not have as many, maybe cut it down by half, but separating them within certain sections, which I think is something that's going to be really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely think it's going to be a trial and error process, that they might come across some things that work, some things that don't work, because it is so unprecedented of a situation that they don't really know the cutthroat, dry, like how to take care of things and how to fix things and make it all go back to normal. That there is no solution. You can't look it up. You can't like go back and say, well, how did they handle it type of thing. That it's definitely play it by ear and see how things go. So I know all athletes, all commissioners, and anyone who's working in any professional sports, they're all itching to get back, and the country as a whole is itching to get them back, to see them. Like I've been watching replays of old games that I even know how they end, and still getting excited just to get the taste of sports back because I miss it so much. So I think they're trying to get it back as quick as they can, but they have to keep people's safety in mind.
Yeah, that is the tough part. I know there's a lot of people out there that are, itching to have their sports back, and really just everything back. It's not even just sports. It's like everything is being either canceled or postponed, and we would all love to get back to normal as soon as possible, but we also have to look out for everyone's safety. Well, thank you, Connor and Rob, for joining us today. It was really great to talk with you guys. I understand if you guys want to plug your Instagram now, you can. I don't remember what your username is.
So it's halftime_on_Hudson. We're posting as much as we can of things that we can do for now in the time being. Just kind of try to come up with creative ideas of ways to do shows without actually being in the studio environment, like something like this. We just recently posted, we did a mock first round of the NFL draft. Me, Connor, Matt Spiro, and a kid named Jack Martin, the four of us acted as NFL GMs and conducted a mock first round. So that was a lot of fun to do. That's posted up on the YouTube and on the Instagram. So go check that out. So we have our own Instagram, but all of the YouTube is all through MCTV still. So you can find all our videos on YouTube at MCTV HD.
And we've also talked about maybe even having something where we go live during the draft and evaluate a pick or something like that on our Instagram, which might be really fun. We don't know if we're going to do it yet, but that's something we talked about. It's on the table. So tune in if we do.
Yeah. And so as we continue, we're just trying to get general members involved too, and just kind of figure out the best way to handle things. And because we definitely want to get them involved, we definitely want to get them to do as much as they can, because they're just as bored as we are, and they probably miss the club just as much as us. So, and I figured people get bored of seeing our faces all the time. So definitely excited to try to get some of them involved.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm sure you guys will have a lot more things to post once, sports come back. Well, thank you, Connor and Rob, for joining me today. These guys are still doing their sports show even during this pandemic. They just did a Zoom call episode last week. So definitely check that out. You can see that episode and all of our future content on MCTV HD on YouTube, or you can also check us out on Instagram at MCTV Marist. We're just getting through this pandemic together, and we just thought maybe we'd give you guys some content to watch. And if you guys if you general members want to get involved, we're always looking to have you guys involved and on the show. So if you guys want to come on, maybe talk about what you've been doing during this past month, then shoot us an email or message us on Facebook. So all right, well, until then, this is Tyler McWiggin for Studio A, and see you guys next time.